evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, live from Asheville, North Carolina. My name's Caleb Beissert. I'll be your host for the evening. It's a pleasure to be your host here each and every Wednesday night for live virtual open mic. Live with you. Brought to you by Sovereign Kava, the Kava Bar here in Asheville. Much love. And much love to everyone. Thank you for being with us. Our technical director tonight is Caleb Beissert, and our theme music is by the Vamp Lord himself, Max Melner. Check him out. Thanks for riding with us tonight. We got a great show for you. Dragonheart is our featured poet. We're going to get to them in just a minute, y'all. Keep it locked here. Get comfortable. Stay tuned. I'm going to warm things up with some poetry for you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And y'all, go ahead and tap that like button and share it and leave us some comments. We'd love to hear from our viewers. What's up, y'all? How you doing out there? All right. This first poem's called Invisible World. I wring out laundry in the rank world. Blackbirds fly in and out of an open window. For centuries, distress was my dwelling place. Now I look skyward and dream, head resting in an open window. Tall buildings and street poles block my view, so I throw all my possessions out of an open window. Kings and their lobbyists lie down in palace corridors. A falcon with a note appears at the open window. Rulers cannot be trusted. Nothing has changed. A bandit steals my soul and makes through an open window. Beside the oak bookshelf, a wine bottle filled with peacock feathers. The invisible world lies just beyond the open window. And this one's called The Surprise. While the still stones whisper in my ears, climbing the mountain, more brilliant, falling leaf like a silent dervish still spinning. Mind of resurrection, infantile dialect, reasoning, experiencing. The old seafarer watches the storm wash in. A different wind drives the tides, and moon pulls and rises. 1,000 alligator pits swarming, made angry by red meat. 406 burning blue windows to worlds in soft midnight exploding. One nation under frog, hyper divisible, with eggs and a side of ketchup. This next poem is about a certain celestial event. This is nope, that's not it. Hold on. Stop. Last of the Porch Times. Is that it? No. I swear I prepared. This is it. Eerie light at Judicolor Rock with telescope and loved ones. Lying curves of rock of river afterward, stones chime, as if afloat. I lie in the hollow of a river rock. Goats stagger perfect, the steep banks eat the soft branches. Moon takes its place. As the rise of crickets and cool winds sweep the twilit valley, the humans we encounter when the sky opens, they with talisman and dream stories, they with legends of the Cherokee winced from memories of wolves and turtles and that balance we seek. At Judicolor, they say the rock danced when the sun hid. That etched soapstone from before memory, before anyone came there in a dream, before names of flowers and birds we know now, long before the mines and tractors. In this valley the seasons awaken and go back to sleep. The safety of surrounding forests hides deep springs with old water so pure. All around them newts, mushrooms, and mosses, flies and grasses, little signs. The land still holds sacred for some. Spare workers try to save the hills for another generation and strew prayer flags that fade to rock and grass. Cows low in the field. Little crescents scatter from trees and smile on our faces. Folded paper glasses. A blue streak in the second sunset today. All right, and I think I got one more for y'all. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We got Dragonheart coming up in just a minute. All right. I have two more. This one's about rhythm. It's called Beat Poetry. In circles before sun temples, drums intone out of their emptiness, to spur profound longing, blue-green dreams steeped in foliage, sound fog deep in forest answers, keeping time to the beat before time. That amoeboid heartbeat carried into kaleidoscoping light windows of pixelated waves laced into neuron circuitry, baffled and fueled by mysteries. To worm-eaten genes hung on crystalline skeleton, bright yellow atomic rain clouds of city buses passing in the night frame of lonely corners of sky. Great columns and moonlit palaces, sound permeating every cell in this abode. The light beams drift like tractors across ripened fields, saturated in delicate hues of cactus blooms and fractal ferns sprouting from dust. New planets overhead beneath us, ascending into fragrant midnight molecular Abyssinian vases, digital Egyptian sarcophagi, ancient Incan stone motherboard logic, spinning runic songbirds, escalating far red colored distant sweetheart Orions, and dilated open eyes and heads of reptilian coils, and electric spiral pulsating cloud hands reaching on the ethers, wafting in the temple of Aphrodite, stoned upon the rocks of time in love with every rhythm and every cell and everything, forever without ever, echoed in ocean waves and thunder, painted across clear nights in the perennial spring around campfires and subwoofers. Continuing the majestic beat, one, 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 one. And this last poem is not by me, but by the great poet W.S. Merwin, The Present. As they were leaving the garden, one of the angels bent down to them and whispered, "I am to give you this as you are leaving the garden. I do not know what it is for, what you will do with it. You will not know. You will not be able to keep it. But you will not be able to keep anything." Yet they both reached at once for the present. And when their hands met, they laughed. Thanks for joining us here for Poetry Open Mic Asheville tonight. It's good to be with you. All right. Yes, indeed. Thanks for being with us. We got a whole bunch of open mic performers, and we got our featured poet coming up right now. So y'all keep it locked here. Many thanks to Sovereign Kava, our sponsor. We'll check in with them too here in just a little bit. But let me tell you about our featured poet tonight, because our featured poet is amazing. So y'all want to check this out. Get comfortable. Get tuned in. Dragonheart is a queer and gender-expansive ritual performing artist of erotically shamanic inclination. After spending 5 years singing professionally in the DMV area, traveling with a West African band around the world, they recognized a growing sense of dissatisfaction with occupying the space of performance as mere entertainment. They longed to bring their other passions and art forms, sound, poetry, dance, theater, tantra, and shamanism, into conversation with each other in the same time space, creating intimate, immersive experiences that defy the performer-audience binary. They have spent the last 2 years experimenting and developing what they have dubbed their shaman erotic, I hope I said that right, shaman erotic art method. Sounds really cool. Transitioning into ritual performance as their primary medium. They currently work professionally as a tantric practitioner and sacred intimate and are building an experimental collaborative art movement they are for now calling the Tantric Underground. Dragonheart has a great performance tonight for you. We're going to go directly into that performance space. But what you're about to see in here is an offering, which is a scaled down and minimalistic ritual weaving of poems. So at this point, if you have any questions during the performance, just leave those in the comments. We'll try to get to those afterwards. But at this point, y'all know the drill. We like to show our performers a lot of love. So even though we can't technically hear you, I still want you to clap and shout and jump up and down and scream and spin around and just generally make a whole bunch of noise for our feature performer tonight. Y'all give it up for Dragonheart. Yeah, there we go. All right, Dragonheart.
When you first breathe into those spaces, they may hurt. Those places in the body that are numb. You know, those places in the body that have forgotten the blood, the circulation, the spiral and spanda, but have forgotten it as if it is some long lost secret. The kind with locked doors and lost keys. When you first breathe into those places, the crevices inside you too tightly clenched and folded over to know the shimmy and the essence of things. To know the dance to feel the tremor. In fact, to feel anything at all. When you first breathe into those spaces, they may ache. They may cramp up and twinge. The blood may rush to them and they may cringe away. They may even barbed wire fence and jagged glass inside you. You may think you are going to break. You are bead after bead in a rosary, in fingers chapped and guilt-ridden. Mother, forgive them. I know what I do. And the pink, tender of the body, fetal curls on itself in shame. Trust me that I know from experience when I say, baby, when you first breathe into those places, they may smart up red. They may bite and burn and bee sting. They may try to stay numb. They may throw a fit. They may crack a wall. Go ahead. Let the walls fall and make way for a new thing. 'Cause baby, if you breathe and breathe and keep breathing, that space inside you will begin to vibrate in violin string. In fact, it may become a whole symphony, a whole band of stringed instruments. It may finger pluck the dulcimer and the harp. When you first breathe into those places, they may ache. But soon they will be bow on cello string. Dark, full, whole-bodied notes that aren't afraid of their shadows. A kind of siren seduction of a song that is forever beckoning all of its lost notes. Come home. Come on. Come on. Come on. Can you feel it? The flood rush. Heart pump. Ba-boom. 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 pulse in my veins, tipsy red. I feel like wine in a glass, cupped high on a stem, like a swish, swish, dance on tippy toes. Touch your lip. To the lip. And drink. Jesus Christ, I feel like a Last Supper. I am the body and blood. I bleed. I am real. I feel and desire. And you, love, don't you desire anything? Heart like an urn of Easter lilies on the cemetery of your soul. White and pure and pruned. Pick one. Wave it like a palm branch. Jesus is coming for you. Riding an ass through your Jerusalem city, cock throbbing. Take him in your mouth. His cold moon skin is a sacrament. Let it sanctify your throat. Are you scandalized? Tantalized? You think this is a sin? Well, I will sin for us both. And I will know my skin is holy. If only you could see. Your crown of thorns is an idol. Your cross too. I will burn them in the fire of my sacred animal lust. Temple of stardust, my flesh. My skin. My hips are a brazen altar. The slaughtered lamb of shame goes up in smoke. Can you feel it, love? The flood rush. Heart pump. Ba-boom. 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 Can you feel it? Desire coursing through you. I dare you. Be the wine in my cup. Be the red in my blood. Be the swish, swish dance on tippy toes. You, baby. You are the last the first and the last supper. You are the body. You are the blood. You are the body. What am I? Thank you. I don't know. I'm done. I don't know what happened.
Dragonheart. Amazing.
Hi.
Hey.
Technology stuff is weird.
Oh, no, you're perfect. I was totally lost in the performance, and no, you're good. That was amazing. Thank you for doing that. It's so nice to have ritual poetics on the show. Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna check and see if we have any questions. If anyone has any questions for Dragonheart, leave those in the comments, and we'll see if we can get to those. I was wondering if you could. I think this is such a beautiful and inspiring direction that your work is heading. Because of course I've seen you perform before, but many years ago when you were in Asheville at Poetry Open Mic. But I love this this direction of integrating all of your artistic practice and like you said, breaking down that binary of audience and performer. I think that's really cool. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your work with the shaman erotic poetry. I love that. And talk about kind of, I understand that your work tonight was kind of a little bit of a sampling in the vein of a larger work that you're going to present.
Yeah. So it's shaman erotic.
Shaman
erotic.
Shaman erotic. I got it finally. Cool. I can do this.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to spell it so people can understand it right away.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so yeah, these pieces are like pieces that I've written that didn't end up going in the final cut of the full length ritual transmission piece that I've created called Eternal Supper. And it wasn't because I loved them. It's just that, like, in terms of like the narrative arc, they didn't seem to fit into the narrative arc.
Right. Great poems don't always fit into the larger thing. It's such a shame to have to cut those, but I'm glad you're finding other uses for them.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's Allen Ginsberg who said, "Kill your darlings."
Exactly. Yup. It's the hardest thing. Yeah, you might write something really good, but it just doesn't fit fit in.
Right.
So sometimes you have to kill your darlings. Exactly. Yeah.
It just doesn't fit.
Right. But as you were saying, so this is a work based on the Jesus Last Supper, of course. But you have a little bit of a different spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. So like my whole idea was that for this piece was that, like, okay, so he's saying, take, eat, this is my body, take, drink, this is my blood. Like, it's the most erotic thing ever. Like,
right.
I mean,
When you think about it, yeah.
fucking hot, man. So like basically I was like, why
Eat me, eat me.
why are people making this the most austere and like I don't know. I mean, the cult, I grew up in a cult. So like in the cult that
Mhm.
I grew up in, like
Hmm.
and I mean legit extreme. But
Right, yeah.
they would be so like every time that they would take this communion, they'd be like going through all the sins that they had done in the past, however week or since last time since they had done it. And like, oh my goodness, I like stole that pen off that person's desk. Like I shouldn't take communion because like
Oh
I
my
could be
gosh.
struck down dead. Like it was like seriously like we have
Like
to keep this
hardcore, yeah.
body in the blood. So anyway, like it's just so and I'm like, damn, like it's being so misinterpreted.
Mhm, mhm,
This
mhm.
being is like, I want to fucking be inside you, and
Yeah.
like I want you to taste my body. I want you to drink my blood. I want to be as merged with you as I possibly can. I'm
Mhm.
probably speaking really loudly because I'm really excited. But
You're
anyway,
great. You're
but it's
good.
like, so anyways, I was like, I want to do this piece and like have it be erotic and have it be sensual and have it bring in all those marginalized aspects of ourselves. So it's
Mhm.
very queer, it's
Mhm.
kinky, but it's very sacred. It's like always
Yeah.
going back to the sacred and like
Mhm.
honoring like this oneness that's at the essence of things.
Mhm.
And so like I love to play with that line of like really bringing in like the most sacred with the most profane and being
Mhm.
like, I mean, going back to Ginsburg again, like holy the cock, like
Yeah, holy
hold
the
it.
cock.
Yes.
Blessed
Like,
be. Yes.
yeah, like it's
I
just yeah.
I love it, I mean that yes, the in the sort of in the especially in the cult like versions of Christianity that the eroticism's taken. I mean it's forbidden.
Hmm.
So I find that fascinating that you come from that background. How did you like break out of that
Oh
and
my
sort
god.
of come to I that might be a big question, but I mean like any I don't know. Any pointers out there for anyone kind of like maybe has been stuck in that's kind of a space and for like breaking out of it and growing because now you're like your art and you're still using that like
Mhm.
as a jumping point for your art I think
Mhm.
but you're turning it into like such beauty and freedom and
Mhm.
celebration. I was just wondering if you could speak to that
Yeah.
transformation a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That what you just said actually is really important because I've met so many people who've come from like really extreme backgrounds and they want to completely write it off, like just
Mhm.
completely.
Mhm.
And I did that for a really, really long time. And then
Mhm.
at some point, I was like, yo, this was my every waking moment of every day for the first 18 years of my life. Like,
Mhm.
I can't pretend that it's not part of me, part of my
Mhm.
reality, part of my indigeneity, even. And
Mhm.
it's like, I need to go ahead and like own that, but then also allow it to be like a part of me owning all of me,
Yeah.
And like, so I can own it, I can even love it. I can transform it into whatever I want, like this, like it really ended up becoming, and I wasn't planning for it to become this, but like it really ended up becoming like a reclamation of Jesus for myself because I used to feel like
Yeah.
so much shame around like my background and it was like
Mhm.
really pretty extreme
Mhm.
actually, like
Mhm.
very like they isolated themselves even from other Christians because they were like, we have the light, the true version of Jesus, and they had their own
Sure. Yeah.
school and their whole own world, and I was only I only had access to those people.
Hmm.
But like so I had to like really own when I first got the idea to be this piece, I just wanted it to be like this tantric Last Supper and people like eating off my body while I sing
Yes.
and do things, you know, like,
Yes. Yeah.
but then
I love it.
as I like entered the space of creating it, like I realized I had to reckon with like the intensity of the ways I felt. So it ended up being like this deep, and the creation of it was really like, I mean, intense, ritual upon ritual upon ritual. It was like
Yeah.
with all these blood rituals with my period blood and all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was intense.
Yeah,
I
sure. No,
don't think I answered your question though. Shit.
no, absolutely. That was a great answer. Totally. You know, and I'm sure these are topics we could discuss endlessly, but for the time's sake for the open mic, that's perfect. And I love that you use ritual as a way to create art. You know, I've always been inspired by the poet C.A. Conrad, and they do these rituals to write poetry, you know, like bathe in
Oh,
poems and oils
oh,
and flowers and stuff, or
oh,
like eating actual
oh.
crystals and
How
just
do
all
I
kinds
not
of
know
stuff.
this person?
So oh, you should check him out. Conrad, ca
I'm
conrad
gonna
Yeah.
write this down right
but
now.
but you're doing the thing. You're doing the ritual poetics, and
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah. Um. We do have. Let's see. Before we go, we do have one question from a viewer here. Let's see. Rachel asks, "Who are some of your inspirations that helped you to find the courage to bring this sacredness and beauty into such an unconventional way?" Oh, that's a good segue there.
Oh wow, that's
So,
a beautiful question.
inspirations.
Hi,
Who are your
Rachel.
influences?
So the first person that came to mind, and maybe she's just the first person because I'm currently reading her autobiography, but like
Mm-hmm.
Marina Abramovich is somebody that she blows my mind. And she's like one of the most well-known performing artists of like all times, but specifically performance art. So
Yeah.
she makes a very particular distinction between performance art and like something I would do, you know, like
Interesting.
she believes like it can only, you know, like it's done once, it's not rehearsed, da da da, you know, like
Oh, okay. I
cultural.
think I have a very broad definition of performance art, but
Same,
that's
same.
interesting. Yeah.
I would quibble with her, but
Sure.
that being said, this woman blows my mind. She's the person who she's most famous for this piece she did at MoMA where she just sat without moving for 10 hours every single day, not to go to the
Mm-hmm.
bathroom, not to eat nothing, and just
Ah,
people just came and lined up and she would just eye gaze with them one by
I
one
have heard
by
of
one.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah.
That's
And
so cool.
she did so many like mind-blowing things. But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
basically with her work, like what she's trying to do is like get you into to like confront fear. I mean, she's done like pieces where people like there was a gun with a bullet on the table and people like she was like you could do whatever and they could have shot her if they wanted. Like there was just like, I mean, that's only like a small snippet of the piece, but
It's very brave art.
yeah, she's incredibly brave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
basically she's like, I want people to confront like that fear space and that space where like there's like the edge of death and like and life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she like really is like always, I'm always pushing into my edge. And so I personally, being like a practicing tantrika, I don't think I need to go to the extremes of pain to push my edge. I feel like I want to go into like the spaces of my pleasure. Where are my deepest spaces of pleasure and how can I like be so immersed in them and like literally cells bursting with them in order to like confront my edges, confront like the edges of infinity. You know, like I have a tantric teacher who says the opposite of pleasure is more pleasure, and like
I love that.
forever expanding outward, you know.
Yeah.
And like but yeah, so basically like she's one person. Yayoi Kusuma, she's like always confronting infinity in her work. Like she did the
Mm-hmm.
infinity mirrors with all the polka dots.
Okay.
And like, it's her obsession. Infinity is her obsession. But like, I mean, there's so many people. I like
Of
that
course,
question.
yeah.
It would take me a long time to talk about it.
Sure. But those are some good places to start for sure. Yeah. Um. Yes. Well. Cool. This has been fascinating, Dragonheart, and I could continue this conversation all night. So I hope you will come back again sometime and join us again.
Thank you. This
But
has been so fun.
absolutely, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being our featured poet tonight. And yes, we have a link to your Patreon, right? Or
It's a
GoFundMe
campaign.
Yes, and that'll be posted in the comments, and people can follow that and donate to the GoFundMe and help with the cause. So y'all please do it. Support our featured poet tonight. And yes, and there's that link right there on the screen too. So y'all follow that link, support the featured poet. We love to support our artists, and this is an artist who's doing great work. So y'all please support. And Dragonheart, please come back and join us again, and come join us in Asheville in person again when we get open back up too. It's good to see you tonight.
Good night.
Absolutely. Y'all give it up one more time for our featured poet, Dragonheart. Make some noise. Thanks, Dragonheart. Yes. Fantastic. Cool. And you are tuned in to the one and only Poetry Open Mic Asheville.
When did you forget that you were a flower? When did you look at your skin and decide you were an impotent, dirty old locomotive? The ghost of a locomotive. The specter and shade of a once powerful, mad American locomotive.
Alright.
You were never no
More comments here for our featured poet. I want to make sure we blast the comments. We love to hear from our viewers. Y'all keep the comments coming. Thank you so much. Yes, we are off to a good start tonight, and we got some open micers coming at you. So y'all keep it locked right here to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, brought to you by Sovereign Kava. Thanks again to Dragonheart, our featured poet tonight. Alright, where's that list? Where's the list? I think we had Keaton up next. Alright, we're gonna Keaton and then Zach and Diana, I believe, and Rachel. Oh, there it is. Okay, Keaton next. Awesome. Good. Y'all know what you gotta do. Make a whole bunch of noise. Jump up and down. It's Keaton Griffin, y'all. Whoa! What's up, Keaton?
How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. Still trying to process what just happened there with Dragonheart. That was really cool.
It's immersive, as they say. Yeah.
I'm gonna check out the C.A. Conrad fellow too. That was really.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, good stuff. And check out more of Dragonheart stuff. And yeah, the ritual poetics. They take a little time, I think, to kind of take effect and sink in.
Yeah. It's literally like two or three things.
You might feel
happening.
it like the next day or something.
Yeah, something like that. Probably dream about it tonight. As far as I'm,
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Indeed. Cool. So you bring some poems to share tonight?
Yeah, man. I got 3 originals. One's brand new. 2 I've been editing pretty heavily past month or 2, and then of course, being a man of my word, I'll give you a little more Elizabeth Bishop.
Bishop.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Bishop. All right. Yay. All right. Well, let's turn it over to our friend Keaton. Y'all give it up one more time for Keaton Griffin. Thanks, Keaton.
Thank you. All right. This first one's called Song for the Resilient Farmer. Cultivator, take the concrete below our feet. Make plain the fields my eyes have long since seen, where the lore of letters so vital I have succumbed to arid protest, and some animals can be cold whenever I try to help them. I wish to rely as the farmer and mindlessly bleed as the given day's work pours out of all that we try to believe in. Cultivator, take the concrete below my feet, make plain those breezy fields my eyes have long since seen. All right. Second one's called When Friends Go. The looking glass is not so fun, just reflections of old skeletons. And what that means to you is how the likes of me are seen. So many have left for home, and so much an unforgiving time. Folks without need for guns beside our little country perimeter. If now's about time to make amends, I'd rather be on the run with friends. 2 down, 1 original to go. This one's brand new, so we'll see how this works out. My future brother-in-law is in the Army Reserves, and we just found out recently that he is going to be deployed to Kuwait for what appears to be a year. So with some sense of trying to put myself in his shoes, I wrote this little number for him. It's called Hoplite Blues. 19 shades of leather on faded supplied sandals. We march and march in various ages on this day towards gamey, strange, sand-like artificers. Shields, nearly worn in tandem, intertwined with Aesop's non-fable. We hang the petty thieves and appoint the great ones to office. Their serpents gather in the thrice-over exchange of governance, by very few deserving silver swords of a crying crimson yesterday. To understand time and place is for younger birds and elder bees, and those things feeling purpose innate to defending older values. My, how easily I've become a paid warrior, hovering over the tiniest course of action, a constant smell of iron coagulating. Shades of blue appear as between war and rain. We join to sail an ocean of lichen sentience. Please forgive me if I forget you soon. There are hundreds of glistening bars of gold over there. If given at least 2 bits of one, we must go earn it for you. All right, and I'm finishing up here with an unpublished, this is published, Elizabeth Bishop. It's called Song for the Rainy Season. Hidden, oh hidden, in the high fog the house we live in, beneath the magnetic rock, rainbow ridden, where blood-black bromelias, lichens, owls, and the lint of the waterfalls cling, familiar, unbidden. In a dim age of water, the brook sings loud from a rib cage of giant fern. The vapor climbs up the thick growth effortlessly, turns back, holding them both, house and rock and a private cloud. At night on the roof, blind drops crawl, and the ordinary brown owl gives us proof he can count. 5 times, always 5. He stamps and takes off after the fat frogs that, shrilling for love, clamber and mount. House, open house, to the white dew and the milk-white sunrise, kind to the eyes, to membership of silverfish, mouse, bookworms, big moths, with a wall for the mildew's ignorant map. Darkened and tarnished by the warm touch of the warm breath, maculate, cherished, rejoice, for a later era will differ. O difference that kills or intimidates much of all our small, shadowy life without water. The great rock will stare unmagnetized, bare, no longer wearing rainbows or rain. The forgiving air and the high fog gone, the owls will move on, and the several waterfalls shrivel in the steady sun. And that completes my open mic performance tonight.
Thank you, Keaton.
Thanks, man.
Great stuff. Absolutely. Wait, is that your brother Caleb you're talking about? Or did you say your brother? Who did you say is to play?
Oh no. Oh, my future brother-in-law.
Okay, future brother-in-law.
Yeah,
Okay,
my sister's boyfriend. Yeah, sorry.
No, okay. I gotcha. Cool. Well, I just want to let you know I wish him the best. And
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for reading tonight. And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope you can make it next time.
Of course. Yeah, I'll sure as hell try.
All right, that's good enough for me. Y'all give it up one more time for Keaton Griffin. Thanks, Keaton. Yes, and you got it tuned in to the one and only Poetry Open Mic Asheville. We're having a great night so far, and we got plenty more coming at you, so keep it locked right here. Up next on the mic tonight, we have the one and only Zachary in the house. I'm so happy we have Zach connected tonight. It looks like it's connected and working, so we're going to try to bring on Zach right now. Zach is a great poet here in Asheville, and an activist and a chaplain and all sorts of things. So y'all please give a big warm welcome for Zachary. Give it up. Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Good evening. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank
I'm good.
you.
Can you hear me? Good.
I can hear you.
Thank
Can
you.
y'all hear him? I think I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm outside sitting in my car because I have a 4-year-old granddaughter who
Oh, I see.
would want to become a part if I stayed in the house. So I think
Right,
this
she's
will
gonna
work.
want in on this. I hear you.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Did you bring some poems for us tonight?
I brought one piece that I just discovered 2 weeks ago in my archives. I wrote
cool.
it in Europe in 2019
Mhm.
and had forgotten I had written it. So
I love it when that happens.
yes, I love it, and I did do some rearranging and added a few things, but
Mhm.
I have it, and
All right.
I'm ready to read if you are.
All right, we'll turn it over to you then. Everyone give it up one more time for Zachary. Thanks, Zach.
It's called On My Watch. On my watch, I turn this way, that way, every which way, upside down, inside out, outside in, on a spinning spin. In the end, the mind blowing results were the same. We've been dealing with some Robin Hood Neanderthal thugs, brutes who unnamed themselves so, branded as the decent, loving ones appointed by God. Halfway planned out the stealing of the real birthright generations, at the same time instituting the line cross theory with images of the sword of militarism in the background. I shone the light if you need such, believing my words untrue, shown it in closer than microscopic lens, and there upon their history breach, everywhere the lighted torch gave forth the same story. Indigenous cultures the world over was a defining truth. Witness to the pillage, raping, kidnapping, taking of the natural resources, and forced belief in the oppressor's God. They themselves worship it incorrectly. nor never did understand the true essence of a loving God, goddess. Let's bring it forth down to an elementary level, to be understood even by the innocent without blemish, and all the same methods used to insulate and steal, manipulate and unheal that which was already healed, call forth ugliness instead of beauty shows. We brought forth the helping hand of the Almighty. Heaven was even commissioned to take a look, trying to give a better chance on the timing. But even our God, our goddess God, would not sanction such lie on a cross of blood. Truth took charge in a mental spirit spree. As Dad would say back in the day, God, goddess, took their flight out of the church and went on back to heaven. We brought forth the churn on grass eating plains and plants, weeping for a lone answer different than the counterfeit ones sorcerers used. The churning unveiled and revealed chaotic crisis in the psyche. Way back when, a deprived, depressed, deranged people, some of European descent, unduly levered a way unknown to humankind. I steered and stirred to the right and the left, even back and forth with men of the cloth, well versed in the word of God, supposedly, got no clues to answers or knowledge of a spiritual redress, unknowing knowledge on simple things according to their scriptures. I mean, I banged and I shook. I tried to shake their brains to come up with some real stuff, you know. I shook down the misdeeds on humankind and people of color, uncovered the insurrections through time right before our eyes, holding steadfast to a fish line that wouldn't be broken. But because of the shady ideas of insecure thought and deed, it shook away the acknowledged chain and became a misnomer of uneducated, untrue facts. My mentor attempted to take up for the clergy. Surely they sincerely know truth and expound it forth, I said, but I remembered that seminaries teach group sacrifice on history's dead lies. Then a voice came forth. Be well, my daughters and sons, or quiet down to your common energy of truth. Fret not those prophets, false branded agents of the enemy, banishing the cross that was not the emblem of the first orthodoxy. If not in belief, let's ask our Ethiopian brothers and sisters when you and your kind stood forth renouncing the falsities on the premise that you stood up on a tall rock to push back the disguised enemy in silly robes of fear, speaking belligerent untruths in ears which only hear my voice. Down, down, get down on my watch. Memories of the good word came to me from old brother John, books 1, 2, and 3. What ain't in me can't be gotten out of me. What I ain't, I ain't. What I am, I am. if I am love, can't be nothing but. Because I say it again, over again. The opposite of love is love. Love be not selective culturally, racially, or biologically. Love be love. Love only loves, knows only love. Watch and imagine a war of spirit, a silent, resounding war of the spirit. Reimagine with me a refining war of the spirit, and we, the people, shall win. Yes, the black and brown, the ones almost under the ground, the ones always doo-dooed on. We, the people, shall win. Listen, on this class ass dime, my reasoning with them, those of yonder, stopped. My negotiations cease with the listen less dogs. No more talking race issues to climate change, to equal pay solutions, plus wiping away financial disparities between men and women and moving back to classless societies or the elimination of private property. No, not no more. Done talking to a people without understood feelings for the pressures of the earth. I girded my spirit and bridled my tongue. I behold, my backbone of knowledge, unconditionally declare war in the spirit. I say, through, 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 with you, and you. Maybe we just ought to call this marriage off, and you give me mine, and you gonna take yours, I know. I'm through. I'm through with the dialogue. Thank you.
All right, that's Zach Zachary, y'all. Thank you so much, Zach. Powerful stuff there. Really appreciate you coming by and sharing tonight.
Yes, thank you. And I would try very hard next time to be more light and use a non-political, but in this day and time it's rather difficult.
Hey, it's all good here, man. It's all good here.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Get as political as you want.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Zach. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Everyone, give it up one more time for Zach Zachary. See you, Zach. Yes, indeed, the amazing Zach Zachary on the mic tonight. And you've got it locked here to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. My name's Caleb Beissert. We got some more open micers coming at you in just a minute. Thanks again to our featured poet tonight, Dragonheart. It's been an awesome night so far, and we still got more coming at you. I do want to remind the performers to keep it under 10 minutes. And we do have a slight change in the order. Let's see, we have Diana up next, and then we're gonna check in with Sovereign Kava. Then we got Gregorio and Emilio joining us from Chicago. Then we got Rachel and Dave, Jason, Christopher, Justin, and there may be a spot or two left at the end if anyone else wants to join in tonight. Just follow that StreamYard link. I also want to encourage you to check out the link for the GoFundMe for our featured performer. Make sure you check out that GoFundMe link and support our featured performer, Dragonheart, tonight. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. And I do want to blast some of these other comments just real quick because we really do appreciate the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Dad, what's up? Shout out to my dad. Indeed. Yep. Thank you, Zach. All right, we're going to Diana next. We are happy to welcome Diana to the open mic tonight. Y'all gonna have to make a whole bunch of noise, though. Y'all give it up for Diana. Hey,
Hi.
Diana.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, it's
How are you
working. I'm
doing?
so glad. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Are you hearing any muffling with my mic, or are you good?
It looks and sounds good to me.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
yeah, thank you for joining us tonight.
Likewise,
We're
I'm happy to be here. Good things have
absolutely we're
happened.
happy to have you. Where are you joining us from tonight?
Little Connecticut area. Good
Okay,
things have happened.
Connecticut in the house.
Yeah, good things have happened to me since I performed with you. I won a
Uh-huh.
Poetry Fellowship Award with the
No way.
Martha's Vineyard.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Martha's
fantastic.
Vineyard Institute of Creative Writing,
Yeah.
Voices of Color.
That's great. That's a
And
big deal.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Mhm.
So I'll be doing two short pieces tonight if time permit. I usually stick
Certainly.
within my time. So the first
Good,
piece
good.
I'm going to do is based on the recent thing that went on with the trial.
Oh,
So it's
yes. Yes,
called
indeed. Yeah.
it's called you know me. I can be militant. I can be soft. I sang for you last time, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember I
You
sang
we
Ella
love it.
Fitzgerald?
We welcome it all here. So you
I'm
go
not
for
going
it.
to sing tonight though. And oh, I got called back by the Ashford Theater down in your area, North Carolina,
Oh, really?
to try out for Grandma Winifred. But then it's not a paying position, so it doesn't
Oh, I see.
make
Yeah.
economical sense to come to try
Right.
out. So I
Right.
said, I'll try something else in my area. All right.
Well, maybe
So I'll
something else
do
will work out and you can come to Asheville. That
Yeah,
would be great.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll do something I wrote called Blacks versus Racism.
All right, we'll turn it over to you. Thanks, Diana.
You're welcome. It ain't blacks against white. Nah, that has never been the fight. It's blacks against capitalism, the root cause of racism. Over 400 years of a greased economic pole, and you wonder why America has a stain on her soul? It's not black against white. That cannot be the fight. It's black against chauvinism that makes us suspicious of the entire justice system. Black against white? No, that's not the fight. Can't be right. It's black against the racist history, the lynchings, the castrations, the medical experiments at Tuskegee. And you wonder why we hesitate to line up to get vaccinated. It ain't black against white. Don't be confused. That was never the fight. The terrible legacy of slavery, now DNA ancestry. Hey, cuz, we may be family. It's not black versus white. That will never be the fight. The world has a kaleidoscope of races. Ain't that right? Blacks are against suppression and redlining and attempts to make it harder for Black people to be voting. It's not about Black versus white. That ain't why Gettysburg was the scene of a gruesome fight. Blacks do not want separatism. Blacks are against chauvinism and any kind of racism. What Blacks have always wanted is egalitarianism. That's that first piece. My second piece is what if? What if Donna did not like the summer and Stevie, he did not wonder? What if Anita was a baker and if he were a real king and not just Martin Luther? What if we did not get hooked on the doctor's songs and Louis's arm was not strong? What if Sam was a cook and Benton was a puddle instead of a brook. Can you imagine if Rolls Royce was a Camry and Tupac was three? What if Barry was white and Al turned green and James was brown? He felt bad, so he sung what he really mean. What if Usain lost a bolt and Brittany she threw a spare? What if Donald could play the trumpet loud and clear? Suppose Billy had taken a holiday and Alicia's keys were hidden away. If Morgan was Freeman and Michael, he was Jack's son. God forbid if earth, wind, and fire was dirt, breeze, and smoke, and the Commodores were just the comma windows. If Whitney was Brooklyn, would she still be living? What if the carpenters were the plumbers and Teddy was the Penderbush? Would there still be a kind of hush? What if the Beatles were the ants? Would their melodies still make you want to dance? What if Holly was a berry? Would she have to be darker to be juicy? If Prince's rain was purple, would you still get wet when it drizzles? What if Malcolm was Z and Kanye went east? And Medgar, well, he was never. What if Rosa had a car to park and Oprah was unable to talk? If Billie Jean was a queen and the group Queen was never heard or seen? What if Taylor was Swift? Then she would be a runner, not a gifted and talented singer. The Onyx Wave is trying to say history could have been written another way. Those are my pieces. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Fabulous stuff. I love that last one. That was so great. I love the wordplay in that, and really in all of it. The first one too was so poignant, and you know, I must say the chauvinism has taken on a whole nother meaning now. So
thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for speaking to that.
Thank
And
you very
thank
much.
you for joining us tonight. I hope you can
You're
make it
welcome.
back again soon.
Yeah, all of me. Why not take all of me?
Yeah. Love it. Well, thank you, Diana.
You're
Have
welcome.
a great night.
You're
Awesome.
welcome. Will do.
Everyone give it up for Diana Benskin. Thank you, Diana. Woo. Yes. We are rocking and rolling here on Poetry Over Mike ASHEViLLE. Thanks for riding with us tonight. We got more coming at you, so keep it locked right here. Okay, I think we are checking in with Sovereign Kava next. Do we have Sovereign Kava in the house? Let's see if we can get Sovereign connected. We got a couple of, we're now offering a couple of performance spots each night live from Sovereign Kava as we slowly start to open back up, as we deem it safer to open. We still have the indoors closed, masks are required. We do have patio seating, and we are open noon to 10 every day. If you're performing tonight, you have a free double of Kava waiting on you at the Kava bar. If you're in the ASHEViLLE area, please take advantage of that. And let's see if we can get Sovereign in the house. I do want to blast the comments, though, because we love the comments. What's up, Zen? Shout out to Zen Sutherland. Y'all, please keep the comments coming. We love to hear from you. Indeed, right? Very nice stuff. It's just been a good night, and it is not quite over yet. So, y'all do keep it locked right here. We're going to Sovereign next. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise for Sovereign Kava. Chris Madrano, what's up, my friend?
Hey,
our host from
everybody.
Sovereign
How
Kava
are ya?
tonight. We're doing great. How are things at the bar?
Yep, we're here waiting.
Oh, there's Mark Hudson.
Things are great. We got a packed house.
Excellent.
And,
on this
and I got-
this
let's just
cold,
cut
windy
right to the
night
chase.
too.
And I'll introduce. Yeah.
All right.
It's very cold today, but we're
Yes.
making do.
Cold,
what
very
we
cold,
can.
windy
Ladies
night.
and gentlemen,
Nightfall.
Mark Hudson.
Mark Hudson.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
What's
Thank
up,
you,
Mark?
Caleb.
Hey, welcome. We're gonna turn it over
What's
to you
going
now,
on, man?
Mark. Mark, what do you have for us tonight? A little comedy?
All right.
Characters? Good.
So I got some comedic things. I got some haikus. I got some palindromes. And I'm going to read a little from the Golden Book of Writing.
Ooh, the Golden Book, huh? All right. Well, we'll turn it over to you. Y'all give it up one more time. Mark Hudson, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate it. I hope everybody is staying warm. Randomly, it's cold. I don't understand it, but I'll adapt. It's cool. It's cool. It'll be okay. Okay. I will start out with some haikus. These are some originals. Afraid of the light. Finding strength in the darkness. Blind, see other ways. Sensitive to light. Curious about the dark. Dip a toe down in. Fire is all around. Destruction by the flaming. Ashes are then made. Threat to the D-bags. Their barks are worse than their bites. They check with mom first. Capitalistic. Anxiety sucks a dick. Chemically chilled. Should I braid my hair? It's long enough to be done. Definitely cool. Maybe. I might let somebody do it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I will take offers. If somebody has some talented fingers, I will let them go to town. They just can't hurt too much. I got a sensitive scalp. All right, y'all. Okay. Okay. Here's some palindromes. I'm trying to come up with some funky stuff that makes a little bit more sense. I don't know if I might have missed the mark. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Deer, mad dog, goddamn reed. Mad dog wolf, Flo, goddamn. I had too much fun with using goddamn, but okay, you just got to deal with it. Okay. Goddamn fool, aloof, mad dog. Goddamn no snub, buns on mad dog. Guns, peels, sleep, snug. Spar no wolf, flow on wraps. Hug, tons, not guh. Well, I think I'm slowly starting to make sense with those. We'll see. We'll see if they get any better. I don't know. Yep. Okay, here. I'm going to do some characters for you guys. Wait. Let me think what I didn't do last week. All right. Here's a little bit of Elmo. Okay. Today is brought to you by the letter L. Here's a little Mickey Mouse. Okay. Okay. So you want to play rough? Well, say hello to my little friend. That's Jiminy Cricket, of course. Mickey, of course, always says, ha-ha. And then I'm going to read some from the Golden Book of Writing.
written in 1923. This chapter is called The Paragraph. The paragraph is merely a group of more or less closely related sentences which deal with the subdivision of the thought. There's nothing hard and fast about paragraph structure, and never was. The paragraph was developed in order to make reading easier for us by gathering into convenient parcels such statements as go naturally together. If paragraphs are to assist us in reading, they must do it by having a pretty distinct unity in themselves. Don't make them so long that they are hard to follow, nor so short that they are choppy. Try to make a transition, a bridge over, either with connective words or by your handling of the idea itself from one paragraph to the next, so that we shan't feel a bump in crossing over. Take care that the subject of a paragraph is made clear in the paragraph itself, and not merely implied from the preceding paragraph or referred to by a pronoun. Such a practice, except in rare cases, weakens the unity of the paragraph and leaves the reader in doubt as to just what the subject of it is. Unless a paragraph is more or less self-contained, it does not fulfill its mission in life. There's no absolute rule for paragraphing. Your own feeling must be your guide. The tendency of most of our modern writers, it is 1923, the tendency of most of our modern writers is to shorten the paragraph for the sake of greater emphasis. Single sentences are sometimes set off as separate paragraphs. Such paragraphing is sometimes justifiable, but it must be clear that if we attempt to make each sentence emphatic, we only make each one equally unemphatic. The paragraph is a valuable device. Don't abuse it. But always remember that the beginning and the end of a paragraph are the most emphatic positions in a piece of writing. Next week, I'll read the paragraph about the sentence. I mean the chapter, not just, there's plenty of paragraphs making up plenty of sentences. And that's all I'll do this evening. Thank you all very much for your time and your focus, and I hope everybody stays cool and has a great night, and have a good night. Thanks, Caleb.
And thank you, Mark.
Hey,
God damn,
Mark
that
was
was some
awesome, wasn't he, Mike?
sexy grammar.
this is very sexy grammar,
Love
Mark.
grammar. Very sexy grammar writing, yeah.
I got a special
There you go.
guest. We have a special treat. I'd like to bring to the stage the second slot and last for tonight.
What did you call me?
Savvy Ray!
Oh,
Second.
Slot.
What?
Slot.
It's Savvy! What's up,
Caleb.
Savvy? How you
just
doing
went in here and got
tonight?
off my shift. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I am good. It's good to see you. I'm glad you could be here tonight. Are you gonna sing for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna sing a couple covers.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up. All right, well, shit, let's turn it over to Savvy here on the mic at Sovereign Kava. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise. Is it like, no? Oh, yeah, you're inside because it's freezing out. We'll make some noise for you. There's some noise. Give it up for Savvy!
I was staring at the sky, just looking for a star to pray on or wish on or something like that. I was having a sweet fix of a daydream of a boy whose reality I knew was a hopeless to be had, but then the dove of hope began its downward slope, and I believed for a moment that my intentions were approaching to be had, but as it came down there, so did a weary tear. I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag. Hunger hurts, and I want him so bad. Oh, it kills, 'cause I know I'm a mess he don't wanna clean up. I got to fold, 'cause these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works when it costs too much to love. And I went crazy again today, looking for a strand to climb, looking for a little hope. Baby said he couldn't stay, wouldn't put his lips to mine, and I failed to kisses, I failed to cope. I said, honey, I don't feel so good, don't feel justified. Come on, put a little love here in my voice. He said, it's all in your head. I said, so is everything, but I didn't get it. I thought he was a man, but he was just a little boy. Hunger hurts, and I want him so bad, oh it kills, 'cause I know I'm a mess he don't wanna clean up. I got to focus, these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works when it costs too much to love. Hunger hurts, oh, but I want him so bad that it kills me, 'cause I know that I'm a mess he don't wanna clean up. I got to focus, these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works when it costs too much to love. Little Fiona Apple, little Fiona Apple. Ooh, I think I might hit y'all with some Smokey Robinson. It's just the type of mood I'm in. Actually, I don't remember how that song starts. Okay, we'll do this one. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I'll give you my heart. I love you, and you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me, and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely as long as you're inside, and I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I'll give you my heart. I love you, and you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me, and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Oh, darling, I'm never lonely as long as you're inside, and I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I've given you my heart. Thank you.
No, you're gonna come back. You come back. All right, that was Savvy Rain, everybody.
Yeah, Savvy. Awesome stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, indeed. I think it's about last call at the Kava Bar. We have Mark Hudson, Savvy Rain, and Chris Madrano for you there at Sovereign Kava. Thanks so much, y'all. We gonna drink some Kava?
Yeah, let's do a shot.
Yeah.
We got
Let's do
shots
a
right
shot. Let's do a shot. We'll do a virtual shot real quick. Thank you, Sovereign. Good times down there at the Kava Bar on this cold night here in Asheville. Real cold snap.
Dead air.
Yes,
Dead air.
indeed. All right. Cheers. Cheers to open mic. Bula.
Cheers, Micers.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Salute.
Caleb, thank you so much. And thank you, everybody out there listening and performing tonight.
Delicious.
We can't do it without you.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks so much. Much love. Thanks for
Yeah.
being here tonight, y'all. Indeed. Y'all give it up one more time for our friends down at Sovereign Kava. Mark Hudson, Savvy Rain, Chris Madrano. Thanks a lot, y'all. We'll see you next time. Oh, yeah, that was fun. Cool. You got it locked here to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. And we're rocking and rolling. We're going to keep it going for you tonight. Yeah, don't touch that dial. We got some awesome performers coming up next. I think we're going to Gregorio and Emilio up next. I'm so stoked. This is really cool. This is a special treat, y'all. So let's see if I can get him connected, and I'll tell you what we got going on here. So let's see. This will be the first time we've met. So let's see. Y'all gotta make some noise though. Shit. There we go. It's Gregorio Gomez. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Caleb, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I gotta say, it's an honor to meet you, and I must bow down because Gregorio, for those who don't know, was host of the legendary Weeds open mic in Chicago, and I don't say legendary lightly. This is I've heard of this, not just from Emilio, though he does talk about it a lot, but this is a legendary open mic. And so how long did you host this thing?
I 30 years plus, couple of years after that. Yeah.
30 plus years? Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, I'm on 10 plus here, and that's nothing next to that, man. That's amazing.
Congratulations, to be doing
thank
something
you.
10 years. A lot of venues pop up, and 1 year, and they're celebrating, hey, our first year anniversary, and then 3 weeks later they appear.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hey, congratulations! And you know what? I've been meaning to get on your show for a long time, and of course, Emilio has been your cheerleader on this side.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. And this side here in Chi-Town. By the way, Chi-Town, I sends a shout out to all of you out there and wherever you're at. And
yeah.
I love Asheville, by the way. I've been there a couple of times
cool.
years ago.
Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed it. And I also want to send a shout out to Savvy Rain. I thought her performance was beautiful. I loved her voice.
Mm-hmm.
Very sultry, sexy kind of style. I thought it was very cool.
She's an incredible singer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But
Way
again,
so.
it's just an honor for me as well to finally get on your show and share with your audience, wherever they may be in this cyberspace arena, uh,
Right.
a little bit of my work. You know.
Yeah. We're all around the world now, and I gotta say it's equally an honor to have you on the show and to share some work tonight. So I want to get to the poetry, man. I'm stoked to hear it, and
Thank you.
so let's turn it over to you, the ghost who walks, Gregorio Gomez. Everybody, y'all make some noise. Give it up.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good to you all. I have my glass of wine.
So when you see just you, then it's you.
Ah, yes. So I'm going to start out with this piece that is titled "A Candle Flame Flickers," and I hope it's to your enjoyment. The awake of the awakening is a simple drum beat of Mother Earth. The populace dance across her chill, a polar vortex, rhythm and rhyme. Some pray for the destitute, others dine at Michelin restaurants. God bless this food we're about to consume. The snow has frozen. It cracks from my weight. I leave a footprint of my life. It will melt away like dreams. It's early in the morning and the candle flame flickers in the deepest corner of the room in thoughts. The feline stares from his perch like a gargoyle ever present at the gates. A quietude lingers at his majestic being. The gratefulness of the grateful share a meal from the food truck at the corner. The Reverend has kind words for his passing flock. Mother Earth spins on its axis, revolves around brother Sun. The polar vortex becomes another statistic on the Weather Channel. 21 dead is the price. The awake of the awakening is a simple drum beat of Mother Earth. Thank you. My next piece is titled Bullets, Church, and Tequila. And just to get the audience a quick bit of what it is. It's kind of a bilingual piece. A lot of my work is done bilingually. And this is a piece that I throw at Mexico and what is going on in Juarez and throughout the northern and throughout Mexico, what's going on. So it's titled Bullets, Church, and Tequila. Bullets fly like shots of tequila, hitting everything but their target amidst laughter and song at a local birthday party. Cuerpos caen por todo Juárez like golosinas scattered all over the República Mexicana from a multicolored piñata. Kidnappings are common as a trip to the supermercado for a box of chuletas. Shopping done by the Zetas. The territorial floods of tears nunca terminan del sufragio de jóvenes y viejos, an eternal manantial of sorrow. Fear has become the soup du jour across the folkloric landscape. of a once proud people. The narco bandas spewing corridos, glorifying the Mexican bandido, turning the asesinos into heroes. The church, ever silent, as her flag summarily genocide, caen de rodillas y rezan, fall onto their knees and pray to God as the murderers slither. ¡Que viva México! El orgullo de mi infancia as the weak and the thief elect another generation of political annihilation. El pueblo take their voice on the march hasta la victoria between bullets, church, and tequilas. That's dedicated to my people, man. I'm sure somebody that understands the whole thing. I throw a couple of rocks at the drug dealers of my country. I won't go into too much into that because I don't want to get become a statistic myself. This this next piece is titled "Los Arraigados," and again, it has some bilingual a little bit here and there. Los Arraigados in English is it means the rooted, and I kind of threw a. It's about what goes on during a storm. I think you get what you get. I always believe that the listener has the right to own his own definition to the work that I do. I don't know about other poets and things like that, but if the listener says to me, "This is what I understood," then that's what he meant. So, los arraigados. When the rains arrive, I'll hang out at the bar in the penthouse of Los Arraigados Hotel on the shore of any city, bottles of the best and the cheapest tequilas, letting the storm take its toll upon the world. There will not be many of us, men and women, who have seen sunsets and many sunrises at the edge of the precipice. Los Arraigados Hotel has been through its share of diluvios, stoic and stirring, with only minor bruises and scratches, defiant of its plights. Aztec built with special technologies to weather what evil this way comes. Feel free and content to sail the tsunami in the bowels of a boat made for two, hoping to survive in the midst of stench and mayhem of the inhabitants. At Los Arraigados Hotel, the band will be swinging from jazz to boleros. The smoke of tobacco lingers between sweat and perfume of its dwellers. It's not the first time that you try to kill us in your hope for a better model, but we are built with inherent errors. At Los Arraigados Hotel, we understand that and be ready. Let the tormenta fall. Anyways, kind of throwing a little biblical stuff in there in regards to when the Lord Himself um, made Noah build the ugly boat. I've always wondered, after putting all those animals into the ark, who the hell could stand it being in there? Emily's laughing. I mean, shit. It's like, anyways. So I rather stayed at Los Arraigados Hotel. Um, this next piece, um, somebody wrote some. Welcome, Gregorio. So on. Thank you, thank you. I didn't get a chance to read who he was. Oh, Rachel McMurray. Thank you very much for welcoming to your space. This next one, actually, I was sitting in the park, and I kind of saw pretty much what's going on. So this is kind of a narrative of an experience. A lot of things I write come from things that I experience, I hear, I see, I smell, things like that. Life. So it's titled Day in the Park. Walking through the park on a Saturday morning, the livestock was grazing on every bench. There were the coffee drinkers and tea drinkers and the joggers in pink and blue sweatsuits. The mothers with their 3 pukey kids stroller. The copper on horseback talking to yesterday's beauty queen. The early morning football slayers and their 3 martini wife sitting on the sidelines cheering on. The pedophiles cruising the tennis courts. A 10-year-olds flash their shiny teeth in the wind. The working girls cruising through the clubhouse trying to blend in with the stay-at-home moms in their fake furs. The dog walkers and the 7 dogs with college degrees. The homeless dude looking through the trash wearing army fatigues. The old man with a brown cane waiting for a word. The breeze brushing through the leaves and the melodic song of a yellow bird. The 4 kids wearing baggy pants, holding brown paper bags, busting rhymes for a nickel or a dime in their future, in their past. A well-dressed gentleman reads the newspaper in his car. 2 well-dressed children and their mother picnic not too far. Seniors play bingo beneath a tent. Their laughter is at peace. Others dance the best they can to the sounds of Lawrence Welk at ease. As the grillers on the hilltop fire up their charcoal and mesquite, drinking beers and compete with their aromas of recipes unique. But the tapestry is broken by the cry of sirens in the air, and everyone turned their heads as if a choreographed ballet. The squirrels stop and look, and the dogs howl like a Sunday choir, as all are gripped by curiosity and wonder who died or was at fire. Some make the sign of the cross, and some laugh as others whisper. Like a mist across the park, the gossip flows from mouth to ear. As it moves from place to place, each adds their certainties and theories, 'cause they heard it from their uncle, brother to their mother, who is a saint. By noon, the sun is high, the soul is thirsty, and the body hungry. The yellow bird resumes its song, and the trees again begin to sway. The dope dealers wait in silence for the white kids in daddy's car to swing by. Another day in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As the crowd goes wild and they're throwing kisses all over the place. Well, I tell you what. I love this piece. I wrote it for a gal from the Czech Republic who spent 2 years with me while she studied at the Art Institute, and she was a beautiful gal who gave me many days of delight. And in the end, I knew that she had to go back to the Czech Republic. And so I wrote her this piece. Or maybe I wrote that piece for me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you think you're writing it for somebody else, when in reality, you're writing it for yourself. It's titled Kisses in the Rain. And I'll leave you with this one, and we can bring up, I think Emilio is next. So, Caleb, again, thank you very much. Everybody out there, I thank you very much. I'm going to take one more sip of my wine and Kisses in the Rain. Beneath candlelight blues, we had kisses in the rain. Oh shit, it's not the one that I was thinking of. No, I'm not going to read that one. That one is a scary one. Oh hell, where did he go? The one that I was thinking of. I got confused. Maybe I don't have it with me here. Oh shit. I was looking at that poem and thinking that was, oh, here it is. Kisses in the Rain is a really sad poem, and I don't want to end that. I don't want to end up. It's about the. It was that Kiss in the Rain is about the migrants who came all the way from El Salvador and Honduras, and Central American parts of of those countries, and how they endure this 2,000-mile walk to come to the U.S. and find their freedoms, only to be stopped by 45, that motherfucker. And so I don't want to end that. I don't want to end up with it. I thought Kiss in the Range is kind of. I was thinking of something else. So, anyways, this one is on my wrong. I feel like I shouldn't be drinking so much by myself.
By yourself.
Well, Emilio's hanging out with me here at the house, but I'm talking about when at Weeds, I used to drink a lot of tequila, man. I'm telling you, and I always had shots of tequila and a cigarette in my hand and smoking and all of that. And anyway, so, and I don't remember how the hell I got to 30 plus years of that craziness. And Caleb, I got to tell you, uh, um, some of the stories that you might have heard about weeds are true. Some others may have been embellished a bit. And I probably was one of those embellishing them. Anyways, one more time, salute. Casting Shadows. This is the one written for my compañera from the Czech Republic. I don't do well in the sun. He burns my eyes. He burns my skin. Although a life giver, his mighty rays are dangerous to me. I like to cocoon with the moon. She is soothing with her cobalt blue fragrance, embrace in her warmth, lullaby in her charm, embrace in her arms. I am a child in her womb, and yet the moon is a dark mystery. The moon rules in the shadows, the crickets and the bullfrog, the snake and the bat dance to her ebb and flow. a rhythm of love, a rhythm of bewilderment, a rhythm of enchantment, sparking the heat in my blood, letting it bubble like a cauldron on fire, putting me on the edge and calm as the arriving storm. Volcanoes at their peak, birds singing on the wire like a puma casting shadows as the moon illuminates the last kisses that you gave me, the last kisses that you left me are the ones that ache the most. Thank you very much and have a good night.
That's Gregorio Gomez. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Caleb.
Amazing stuff. Great poetry. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll let you get on with your show, and Emilio's right here.
All right, sounds good. Salute.
Yes, salute.
Yeah, y'all please welcome Emilio Maldonado.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what up, E?
How you doing?
Chilling. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm
Looks
good.
like y'all are having a good time tonight.
Yeah, this is actually my first time in Gregorio's house.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he is a homeowner, and he is
Oh, yeah.
down here in Englewood.
South
Inglewood's in the house. That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool. It must be good to get back together, man, because I know you were a regular at the open mic there, you know, and we love our regulars at open mic, you know.
Yeah, Gregorio and I have known each other for a very long time. I first met him when I was 19. 19.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
When we
that's
first
awesome.
met into a fight.
Funny how those things turn out, you know.
Yeah. That's how you make friends.
That's how you make friends.
That's how you do it right there. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Well, shit, man. We got some more performers coming up, but you got a couple poems for us, real quick.
Yeah, buddy.
Awesome, cool. Well, the great Chicago poet Emilio Maldonado in the house. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Y'all make some noise for Emilio.
All right. A voice so calm it's fucking violent. Those of us that know what we know absolutely mistrust a calm voice, a sweet voice, a low voice, a kind voice. We know better than all the horrors and the cruelty, the darkness that sits within. Keep your fucking hands off of me. Don't you touch my friend. These aren't accusations. These aren't false accusation. This is prediction. This is Nosferatu. Don't have no 3-piece suit, some sly moves. Rip your head off. Tear out your soul. Make sure you won't meet peace or see paradise. The only kingdom it will ever know is waste and desolation. Go talk quietly somewhere else, motherfucker. I don't trust you. We know better.
All right. We know better.
This is for Taylor. You're the world champ of country slinkiness. Your nonstop summer. All the nymphs of water look forward to you bringing a bottle. Taking a dip or a splash. The sands, rocks, and logs lay odds and jockey for what they think will be where you stroll hop. Stop, drop, shut 'em down, open up shop. It's so close, so distant, right at hand. Memories and miles, paths and stairs. The bare feet years last longer for some. Lay him on the dash, poke out the window. The road, the get ready, the hurry up and wait. Gas, shit, piss, toke, burn, fly. Sun, sun, sun. Time to clock in, clock out. Had to interrupt your gloomy morning with this fierce-ass reminder of what nights are also like in Chicago. Or at least used to be. Backyards and three flats, danky-ass, shady-as-fuck clubs with bathroom broken doors. Take you a full 10 minutes to see if you sober. Don't give a fuck if you not. Just drap and sweat. Everybody in worship or on the prowl for dick, for pussy, or both. Worshipful predation. Predatory worship. Todos ulterior motivating the hell out the night. People shouting, hell yeah! Or, ooh, damn! Who gwan dare to be tired? It ain't even 3. Alright, this is the last song. City in a Garden. Me pierdo en minutos y segundos. ¿Serán años? De incertitud, de conciencia, or dreamland. Electric pulses measure the change between consciousness and abyss. Shadows linger on bright days. Night beckons. Leather. Leather awaits. Reposar, olvidar. Una vida delito. Delincuencias de alma, de amor, de espejos. Lo perdido. Busco el relax. Imperfect memory judges. A warm sun ray forgives. Perdido. Leather. Reposo. Cántame otra bulería. Todavía falta vino. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, Emilio. Hell yeah, man. Pulling out the bangers tonight, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate you joining us, man. It's been an awesome night, man. Thanks for being part of it. And dude, give my thanks to Gregorio as well, man.
Yeah, brother.
It's been fantastic. It's good to see you guys, man. Y'all have fun. And dude, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, big hugs and shout outs to cats over at Sovereign, to your brother Morgan.
Of course.
To your feature, to all the people that have been just dropping art, and
it's been a killer night so
far.
Man. Yeah, so far. Yeah.
Peace to everybody.
So far, so good. Much peace, man. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Emilio. Thanks, Gregorio. Y'all have a good one. Give it up for our poets here from Chicago tonight. Thanks a lot, y'all. Inglewood in the house. Yes, indeed. Yes. Oh, we're rocking. That was so good. Thanks, y'all. And you are tuned into Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. Thanks for riding with us tonight. That's right. Thanks to our technical director, Morgan Beissert, and our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. Our featured poet tonight, Dragonheart. Killer stuff. Y'all can always find these archived online on our Facebook and YouTube page, Sovereign Kava, and in the Poetry Open Mic AVL group on Facebook, where you can sign up each and every week for the open mic. So be sure and join that group and get on the mic. All right, we're going to keep it rolling for you because we still have some more awesome performers coming at you tonight. So keep it locked right here. Let's see. We got a couple comments here for our performers. Want to make sure we blast the comments real quick. Thanks so much for the comments, y'all. Thank you, me, for the comments, too. So y'all keep them coming. All right. Up next on the mic tonight, we've got Rachel and Dave in the virtual house. So, y'all know what you gotta do. Jump up and down, spin around. I know we can't hear you. I'll let y'all do it anyway. Jump up and down, scream and shout, blow vuvuzela, and make a whole bunch of fucking noise. For Rachel and Dave, give it up! Well, hey Rachel!
Hey, Caleb.
Oh, and that must be Dave.
So,
hey, Dave.
What's up? Dave's here too. Yeah, he can't hear you right now, but
that's cool.
Yeah, we're happy to be here, and yeah.
Very cool.
So, yeah, we're gonna play some music for y'all tonight.
Great! I'm so excited. Well, thank you for being here, and we'll turn it over to y'all for the music.
Right.
Everybody, give it up one more time for Rachel and Dave.
All right, y'all. Well, first of all, thank you to everybody performing tonight. It's been such a lovely night so far. Really enjoyed that feature poet, Dragonheart.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really, really cool. So, anyway, so again, I'm Rachel. This is Dave. We like to play music together just for fun. And tonight we're gonna play you a song that I wrote called Letter Number 1.
Aligned, the light divine, so perfect, so it seemed. The world it shimmered, it gleamed. I felt like I had walked through a door, so different, so the same, no name to put on what had changed from before. Oh God, I was shaken to my core, and I want more, I want more. I wrestle with demons all night long, all night. The night turned into years and fears became my only song. Everything went wrong, but then I swear I heard a call. Your voice singing soft and strong. I felt my fever fall away. The part I have of you is small, but I want it all. I want it all. Not just hurried February dawns, laughing, kissing in the hotel hall. Not just campfire ballads, rebel yells, all the writing on the wall. Oh, I want it all. Oh, I want it all. Yeah, I've been through inferno, haven't you? Like swimming with a cinder block underwater, sinking through a lonely bed that blinds askew. Thought I had to save the world from myself. Thank God I remember that there's no such thing as hell unless you cast it like a spell on yourself. Like a spell, like a spell, like a spell on yourself. Not just movies playing on the screen or the radio reminding me of it. Not just constellations guiding me, confiding in the Appalachian air. Oh, you're somewhere. Ooh, I know you're somewhere.
All right. That's our song. Thanks, Dave. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. All right. I got to get these headphones set up here so I can hear what's going on. All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. That was fun. Had a good time. Really enjoyed it. And, yeah. And also, that was the very first time we've ever played music for other people. So, appreciate y'all listening.
What debut performance there.
Yes.
Incredible. Thank you, Rachel.
Oh,
that was
thank
great.
you.
Y'all,
Yes.
thank you, Dave.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Totally. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Rachel. And I hope to see you again next time.
Absolutely. See you then.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rachel and Dave. Y'all give it up one more
Thanks, y'all.
time.
Woo!
Very nice. Very nice indeed. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks, Rachel and Dave. Yeah. Y'all got it tuned in here to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Cool. Thanks for keeping it locked here and riding with us. We got a couple more really great performers here, so don't go anywhere. Up next, we have Jason and Christopher and Justin, and then I'll close it out with a few poems. Let's get to these performers. I want to get these people on because we still got some really great folks. Jason is here. Jason Huber, here in Asheville with us. Y'all go ahead and make a whole bunch of noise for Jason. Jason, my friend, what's up, man?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing tonight?
So far, so good.
Good.
Great night so far.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. I'm happy to hear you're enjoying it as well. Yeah. I hope people enjoy it. And gosh, damn, we somehow just get some amazing performers showing up here every week. So including yourself. So
Dragonheart was very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, very cool stuff tonight. Well, cool. What'd you bring for us?
Well, it has been a busy week. It's that time of the semester. Oh, joy.
Yep.
Joy. I do have a snippet from a larger piece that I'm working on. So I guess I'll read some of that. So
sounds
I got some
fantastic.
cool stuff in the works that I'm very excited, and I've been told I'm not allowed to talk about yet.
So you'll just hint at it and just leave us on a cliffhanger there. Cool.
Very excited.
But I'm glad to hear that. I know that feeling. Like I'm very excited about a project, but I can't really talk about too much of it yet. I gotta confirm stuff and write it and all that. But yeah, I love that. Very good. Yay. Cool. Well, I'm excited to hear the snippet tonight, and we'll go ahead and turn it over to you. On this wonderful cold evening here in Asheville. Yes. Here in the
Yeah.
mountains. All
I haven't been inside all day, so.
Yeah, I heard. I hear that. Cool. Y'all give it up for Jason Huber. Thanks, Jason.
Yay. All right. Well, good to see everybody. I have put together some scenes from a larger piece. I realize that all of my writing is about ghosts, death, and dying. And then I guess a little bit of it's about magic, talking knives, and dragons, but mostly ghosts, death, and dying. So this will fit thematically with the former rather than the latter. So this is a character, John, and another character, Lewis, and their conversations outside of a liquor store. But we start with just John. I woke up before my alarm with a thumping in my chest. I tried to move my arm, but it was heavy. All of me was heavy. It was dark, and there was a shadow coming off of the clothes basket by the closet. I could swear I saw it moving, but my head couldn't turn to look. I kept scanning the room, still trying to get any part of my body to cooperate. Then I saw her there, at the end of the bed, staring at me. She was old, the sort of old that bends a person. She had long white hair and a braid down to her shaky knees. She was wearing a ratty t-shirt that was big enough to be a nightgown, and her face was a moving mass of wrinkles. The more I tried to look at her, the more it would shift. The part I remember most, though, was her tongue. It slipped in and out of one corner of her mouth. It made a full circle and a half and then slipped back in the other corner. She put her hands on the foot of the bed and shifted her weight forward and dragged herself up by her thin arms. I could feel them grabbing at me. She pulled herself up until her face was right above mine. There was a smell of rancid cooking oil, and her tongue never stopped moving. The hair around her lips was covered in spit. My heart was going to stop. I might have been okay with that if it meant I didn't have to deal with this creepy shit on top of me anymore. I felt like I was stuck there for hours. But after a few minutes, my hands started to wiggle, and the rest of me followed quickly. I shot up from my bed, American Ninja style, and found myself standing on my pillow with my back against the wall. She wasn't there anymore. She was gone, and I was an idiot with an active imagination and a hangover. Later. If you're trying to kill yourself, this is a slow way to do it. He grinned at me through his remaining teeth. Who the fuck are you? I asked. He was sitting outside the liquor store at 6:45 in the morning. The sun had just come up, and it was obvious that he was there for the same reason I was. I'm you from the future. He looked like a wizard. All of his clothes had settled into the same brown color. He got into my face, and I could smell turpentine. That's funny, I said, looking him in the eyes. You're funny. The deadpan was lost on him. I'm here to warn you what your life will be like if you continue down this treacherous path you're on. You have yet a chance of escaping my fate. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Can you stop fucking around and maybe leave me alone? We waited in silence for a few minutes, otherwise known as a few awkward, miserable moments where I was trying my best not to make eye contact. The guy obviously had no concept of personal space. I guess he didn't need it as much as I did. After those precious minutes, he finally grunted in my general direction. I was just playing around. I'm sorry. It's fine, I said, still staring at the door. It was nearly 7. I meant the first thing I said, he continued. 2 things. 1, I'm not trying to kill myself. My life is fine. He looked at me with skepticism. 2, even if I was trying to kill myself, it's my choice. Free country and all. If this was a free country, I wouldn't be sleeping outside of a liquor store. God damn it. He was getting deep. My soul was locked in a perpetual facepalm because of the moments like this. The way he was looking at me made me wonder where he was packing his Hare Krishna books or what sort of Jesus wisdom he had tucked behind his ears. I'm sorry about that. Fucked if I knew what to say. We were 30 minutes from the border, and Las Cruces. There was plenty of verifiable evidence that we didn't live in a free country. The town was just as miserable as I was. Me too, he said. He was picking at his thumbnail and staring straight at me. What's your name? I asked him. Lewis. What's yours? John. He reached out to shake my hand, and I ignored the offer. Do you come here often, John? He asked in an uncomfortably flirty way. He was still trying to get a rise out of me. No, I heard you were here. Had to see for myself. Ha! His exaggerated laugh would have been funny if it hadn't come with a spray of spit. Seriously, though, I don't. I was full of shit. All right, I gotcha. He knew I was full of shit. I looked at the time on my phone. It was 7:02. I had a tight schedule that morning. I had to be at work for a closing shift at 1 p.m. They gave me 6 hours to get home from the liquor store, have a nightcap of 3, pass the fuck out, and wake up in time for a shower and a sobering jog to work. I don't mean to overstep, but are you okay? He asked me. If that's not a sobering moment, I don't know what is. The drunk wizard outside the liquor store asking if you're okay. I'm fine. Are you okay? Shit. I think I said all of those things at once. I couldn't tell exactly which one made it out of my mouth. All right. I'll leave you alone. He let off and leaned against the wall. Thank you. After a minute, the sign on the door finally flipped around, and we both heard the lock click in the right direction. I bought what I came there for and hauled my happy ass back home. Much later again. You're back. I knew you couldn't stay away, Lewis said with his hands on his hips. I felt like death. I wasn't ready for more bullshit. Hey, bud, I said. I was working off 2 or so hours of sleep and 7 or so shots, fucking exhausted, but I'd be damn if I wasn't going to enjoy my day off. I feel like we left things off on the wrong foot. He picked up his foot and pointed at it. You got new clothes. He was rocking a clean t-shirt and slim-cut jeans. You noticed. Looks sharp, I said. Why so glum, big guy? He asked me. Was he serious? I've been working 8 days straight because my life is shit. I just finished an opening shift after 2 hours of sleep, and I'm ready to go home, I replied. Lewis dropped the flirty pose and got a serious look on his face. He walked up and put his hands on my shoulders. I was too tired to stop him. I'm so sorry, he said. Looked like he was going to cry. What the hell? I said as I tried to get away from him, but his grip was intense. Either he was freakishly strong or I needed to start working out. Do you believe in ghosts? He said. His breath showered me in whiskey and sadness. Sure, I said, defeated. He would let me into the store quicker if I played along, maybe. I've seen your ghost, he said with wild eyes. Cool. Lewis, right? Can I go through the door? My name's John. All right, John, can I go through the door? She's old, very old. Great. Campfire stories, I'm in. He grabbed my shoulders and slammed me against the wall. Holy shit, this is how I'm going to die. Attacked by some dude outside of a liquor store. I'm serious, John, and I should know. She's got a tongue and folds where her face should be. His face got right up next to mine. He started flapping his tongue around in circles. What the fuck? Get off of me! I pushed him and my hands hit stone. The man was skinny, but he had gorilla strength. He didn't budge at all. I'm hurt. You're pushing me away, he said as he took his hands off of me. You're fucking crazy. And I was fucking stupid for pointing it out. I was too scared to move, so I kept myself pinned against the wall. You don't believe me. He grabbed his scraggly beard and pulled straight down, flapped his mouth up and down like a ventriloquist dummy. You don't believe me. Please leave me alone. No matter. She's harmless, he said normally. Then he grabbed his beard again and flapped up and down. A harmless ghost for a harmless John. He let go of his beard and looked up at the sky. He put a hand on his forehead and covered his eyes from the sun. Your girlfriend, though, she's in danger. What did you say? I asked. He grabbed his beard again and pulled his head down to look at me. His eyes looked maniacal. He yanked up and down. Sarah, he said, with two pools. Sarah, he said again. He slipped into baby talk as he yanked on his beard. Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. Before I could think about it, I was trying to tackle him. I was out of my depth. Lewis threw me to the asphalt and mounted me like we were gonna fuck. Instead, he raised a fist and let it down on my face. I put my hands up, but I let a couple more fists land on my face before he stopped and asked and said, "Who the fuck do you think I am?" He stood up and added, "I will kill you." Once again, I was too scared to move. He started to walk away, but, as an afterthought, turned and kicked me square in the nuts. I felt his foot follow through my balls and into my stomach. If I hadn't already felt like puking, that would have done it. My stomach was whiskey and a double cheeseburger, and it was on the ground next to me. I rolled into it, flipping into a fetal position to protect myself, and after a fucking lifetime of looming over me to make sure I was properly dominated, he left, repeating, "I am not a piece of shit. I am not a piece of shit," with a self-affirming yell. After a moment, I heard somebody pull up. Are you okay? Are you hurt? A middle-aged woman was leaning out of her car. Fuck, I said. I could feel my face, but I couldn't. And I flipped onto my back and grabbed at it. Sharp pain is bad pain. We need to get you to a hospital, quick. She got out of her car and tried to pull me up. I need a drink, I responded. You're not supposed to mix whiskey with a concussion, but I don't have much to lose. I didn't have much to lose. Maybe fate would be kind, and I would forget about all the weird shit that just happened. She was persistent, though. She yanked at my arm, not understanding that hospitals were for other people, and I was pretty well used to ignoring injury, even if it got ugly. One time I slammed my elbow on concrete playing basketball with friends. We went home to watch a game. After that, I had the pleasure of watching my arm puff up to 3 times its size. Still, no hospital. I could draw my own conclusions without fancy doctrine. Saint, go fuck yourself. Hospital discharge summary. Patient name, John, broke-ass millennial. Reasons for admission, busted-ass elbow. Patient is an idiot who is bad at sports. Diagnosis. Patient suffers from an unearned sense of self-worth and the absurd belief that universal health care should be a basic human right. Patient also suffers from delusions of being human. Primary course of care. Patient advised to reconsider his role in the greater machinations of the universe and pray that his arm doesn't fall off. Consider drinking to dull the pain. Patient further advised to suck it up. Cupcake. Condition at discharge, busted ass elbow, and ego. Patient further suffered the crushing realization that the generations above him don't give a shit whether he lives or dies. Patient recognizes that it might make more sense for him to just die. Further instruction. Don't play sports without health insurance. Don't do much of anything beyond eating, sleeping, working. Prioritize working out of the 3. Make sure to avoid serious injury during work. Serious injury is defined as any injury that slows or stops work. Eat the rich. My elbow still clicks. I smacked the woman's hand off my arm and tried to stand up. Vertigo. I fell back onto my ass. I felt the bone under my left eye shift, and I was pretty sure my face was a different shape than when I started the day. I couldn't see through the swelling. I was literally 5 feet away from the store, but my brain couldn't process much beyond that fact. I tried to stand again and felt a flash of pain. It was all-encompassing, and I started to fall. Hospital, I said, while reaching my hand up for help. She grabbed my arm, kept me on my feet. I heard somewhere that medical debt can only follow you for about 7 years. And that's it. That's what I have.
Yeah. Great writing. Great writing, Jason. Good
Thank you.
stuff. Yeah.
A long
Thank
work
you.
in progress.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing it with us. You know, I love I love getting to hear the fresh stuff, as it comes out. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Well, thanks for having me. It's good to be able to
Absolutely. Always, it's a pleasure, and yeah, hope to see you soon, man. It's always good to see you.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll see you next.
All right, sounds good. Take care, Jason. Y'all give it up one more time for Jason Huber. Yes, that's right. Good stuff. Jason Huber in the house. Y'all, thanks for tuning in tonight for Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Brought to you by Sovereign Kava. All right. We got one or two more performers for you tonight. We got Christopher T. George up next. I'm so happy about that. Christopher T. George in the house tonight. I think he's got something really special for us. So y'all keep it locked here. Don't touch that dial. Glad to see folks tuned in out there. And keep in mind we do this each and every Wednesday night. I think we may even have like one spot left tonight if anyone else wants to jump in and follow that StreamYard link. But let's go to Delaware now, where we have Christopher T. George, and y'all gonna have to make a whole bunch of noise for Christopher George. Y'all give it up, give it up, give it up. There we go. Hey, Christopher.
Hi. I like the ethereal music.
Oh well, thank you. That's my band, the Lactones.
All right, good.
And we have our first gig back coming up on May 1st at the Kava Bar. We're doing an outdoor
Wonderful.
show. They have a big parking lot next
Great.
door.
Wish I could be there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully one day.
Yeah.
We'll do some open mic in person here in Asheville.
Love to do that.
Yeah, indeed. Well, cool. How are things in Delaware tonight? Is it cold up there too?
Good. Yeah, we had a thunderstorm come through this afternoon, and
Oh, wow.
got a bit nasty for a few minutes, and but it blew through, and now it's turned cold. I think it's cold down there too. I think I heard you say earlier.
It's like 30 degrees tonight.
Yeah,
it's been 70 all
yeah,
past few weeks. So,
wild.
Yeah. But anyway, so you have some T.S. Eliot for us tonight. Is that right?
I do. I have another parody. I read the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock here earlier, and now I have one on The Wasteland by Orson Welles.
Wonderful. Okay, and you have some others as well.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
recently got this anthology, Wide Awake, Los Angeles Poets.
Oh, I have that. Yeah. That's a good anthology.
Robert Mezzi is one of the poets in it, and he has a poem about one of my favorites, Thomas Hardy.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm going to read that and a couple of things, one by Hardy and one about Hardy that I wrote.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm excited. Let's turn it over to you. Everybody give it up one more time for Christopher T. George, live from Delaware. Give it up.
This is Hardy by Robert Mezzi. Thrown away at birth, he was recovered, plucked from the swaddling shroud, and chafed and slapped the crone implacable. At last he shivered, drew the first breath, and howled and lay there, trapped in a world from which there is but one escape, and that forestalled now for almost 90 years. In such a scene as he himself might shape, the maker of 1,000 songs appears. From this it follows all the ironies. Life plays on one whose fate it is to follow the way of things, the suffering one sees, the many cups of bitterness he must swallow before he is permitted to be gone where he was headed in that early dawn. Now, Hardy was the son of a stonemason, and by profession, he would become an architect. And I think you can tell in his writing the careful way that he put together anything that he wrote, either poems or stories or novels. They're very carefully constructed, as is fitting for a man who was an architect. This is called The Man He Killed. Had he and I but met by some ancient inn, we should have sat us down to wet right many a nipperkin. But ranged as infantry, and stirring face to face, I shot him as he at my place. I shot him dead because he was my foe. Just so, my foe, of course he was. That's clear enough. Although he thought he'd list, perhaps, offhand like, just as I was out of work, had sold his traps, no other reason why. Yes, quaint and curious war is. You shoot a fellow down, you treat, if met, where any bar is. And I wrote this poem about Hardy. Hardy was buried, his heart was buried in his beloved Dorset in Stinsford churchyard, while the rest of his body was buried in Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey in London. And this references his great story, great novel, Tass of the D'Urbervilles. Hearts. The graveyard is empty and quiet, except for the whispering of elms above the grave where Thomas Hardy's heart rests. The pew vacant and silent, where his genius heard 4 milkmaids sing, Tess Durbeyfield, Marion, Retty, and Is Hewitt. The country lane deserted and dry where that hot July day, Angel Clare, a cabbage leaf under his hat to keep cool, carried Tess and her rival friends the width of a 50-yard flood. They dressed in their church best pink, white, lilac gowns. And he whispered to her, his heart speaking to her heart, like 2 streams merging, 3 Leahs to get 1 Rachel. And I'm going to read the parody that I wrote about the wasteland. T.S. Eliot was one of the first influences on me, as well as Dylan Thomas. And when I was in school in Loyola College in Baltimore, we did a performance of Under Milkwood that I directed, the great verse play by Dylan Thomas. And we were going to do a multimedia production of The Wasteland in the spring. Ultimately, that did not happen. We weren't able to marshal the forces to do it, but you can see that I've had a long-term interest in The Wasteland. This is The Wasteland by Orson Welles, as envisioned by Christopher T. George. 1. The Burial of the Dead. Hollywood is the cruelest place, breeding anorexia in the brightest starlets, mixing money and desire, stirring dull talent with sharp aspirations. Citizen Kane kept me sober, covering Hearst's yellow journalism in black and white. Critics wondered if the film portrayed Hearst's ego or mine. My ambitions were not merely magnificent, they were sublime. To the merry sound of a zither on Vienna's giant Ferris wheel, I said, in Italy, for 30 years under the Borgias, they had warfare, terror, murder, and bloodshed, but they produced Michelangelo. Leonardo da Vinci, and the Renaissance. In Switzerland, they had brotherly love. They had 500 years of democracy and peace. And what did they produce? The cuckoo clock. I was on top back then as Harry Lime, the world at my feet. I loved fun fairs, the crazy house in The Lady from Shanghai, the bisected bodies, the torsos torn in pieces, the Hall of Mirrors. I loved magic. I sawed a woman in half in a circus tent on Cahuenga Boulevard. People said I was like a jigsaw puzzle with a piece missing. As Othello, I almost throttled Desdemona for real. When I left Hollywood in a hurry, I forgot my fake noses. I had them airmailed. How I hated my small upturned nose. What's it anent, Orson Welles? Behind the cloak of his genius, the hypnotic charm of his smile, he nurtures a hidden madness, which, fanned by the flames of desire, drives him to live his greatest sin. You gave me the sled years ago. I called it Rosebud. When I came back late from the studio, you were drunk from highballs. You'd been seeing someone else. I smelled his aftershave in the bedroom. Knowing your infidelity, I was neither forgiving nor human. You looked into the heart of evil. My fists, the silence. I said, all women are dumb, some dumber than others. Oh, lady from Shanghai, you who were once my wife, I sawed you in half in the circus tent on Cahuenga Boulevard until Harry Cohn, head of Columbia Studios, put a stop to it. Those studios execs always tried to put a stop to my best pranks. So I used volunteers, Johnny Carson, Marlena Dietrich. Marlena and I recreated the trick in Follow the Boys. I called my evil side Crazy Wells, Imperial Wells. Unreal City, under the brown fog of an LA dawn. A crowd flowed down Sunset, so many. I had not thought the movies had undone so many. There I saw one I knew and stopped him, crying, Cotton, you who were with me in Kane in The Third Man, the magnificent Ambersons. Have we aged so soon? Are our careers over so soon? Are we forgotten so soon? 2. A game of chess. Burnished throne in Xanadu. The gigantic shadows cast by a silver candelabra. The table laid in profusion of sweetmeats. Eat, my darling, eat! This sustenance is not poisoned, though paid for by ill-gotten gains. The rise of Cain, barbarous king, in the democratic province, chasing the lucre that all the world pursues. She was one of those Carrara marble. I had to rape her off stage. I came on unbuttoned, disheveled, having had my way with her. But oh, that Eliatin rag, under the under the bamboo tree. So what if he dresses in drag? As long as he do it when I'm not around. So intelligent, so outre, so innovative. I disliked him at first sight. He wore a toupee, so obvious, flat and yellow, not fitting close. There is something phony about a man who won't accept baldness gracefully. And here in Xanadu, we shall play a game of chess, waiting for the knock upon the door to boom down the long hall. The studio execs never call, never call, never call. 3. The fire sermon. Unreal City, under the brown fog, of an LA noon. Mr. Goldwyn, the Hollywood mogul, unshaven, with a pocket full of celluloid, with a wink and cufflinks of human teeth, asked me in demotic Yiddish to luncheon at the studio, followed by a month at Cannes. The Hudson sweats oil and tar. The barges drift with the turning tide as Commie sails wide to leeward, swings on the heavy spar. The barges wash drifting logs past Ellis Island, past Lady Liberty's torch. Way late, way late, way late, I weigh so. Elizabeth and Orson parked by the roadside in Topanga Canyon, a Mercury coupe, scarlet and gold, wire wheels, moonlight serenade on the radio. I saw a woman in half on Cahuenga Boulevard. Way late, way late, way late, I weigh so. Her feet were at Long Beach and her heart under her feet. After the event, I wept. I promised a new start. Here in Hollywood, I can connect nothing with nothing. Star Faithful, Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, the broken fingernails of dirty nails. Nothing, ooh la la. To Babylon then I came, to Xanadu, to Xanadu. The sled is burning, burning, burning. O Lord, thou pluckest me away from life, rosebud, burning. 4. Death by water. Star Faithful, a long day's dead, forgot the cry of gulls, the foghorns of the ocean liners, a current under sea, washed her pale skin in whispers. As she rose and fell, she passed the stages of her age and youth, the nights in Long Island speakeasies, Manhattan hotels. Oh, you who turn the steering wheel and drive west to Hollywood, consider Star, who was once as pert as you. 5. What the thunder said. After the torchlight red on sweaty faces of the extras, after the nights in the Florentine gardens, the smoke of Marlboros and Lucky Strikes, the packages that arrived in the mail with cut-out letters, the wind had risen again. It came icily off the Danube and whipped up the snow in the tiny square. Harry Lime sat sipping ersatz coffee in the cafe. He wasn't dead, but he wasn't alive either. In the corner, the telephone was ringing, ringing, ringing. D.W. Griffith's Hot Hollywood, Falling Towers, Jerusalem, Rome, Athens, Vienna, London, Los Angeles, unreal. At Maxim's, a couple was dancing gloomily. At Shea Victor's, the heating had failed. Couples huddled in their overcoats. Martins thought of the girl in Amsterdam, the one in Dublin, the one in Hollywood. He thought of Harry Lime, dead Harry Lime, the racketeer who made his money off children dying of meningitis. At 3 a.m, Martins climbed the stairs to Anna's room. She was in her pink dressing gown. On the rumpled bed lay the script. He said, Harry was in a racket, a bad racket. He was no good at all. They embraced. In the winter night, the thunder spoke over Vienna, out of the ice clouds, the snow. The giant Ferris wheel swayed in the wind. Then spoke the thunder. What have you given? What have you taken? Rosebud. Thank you, Caleb.
That's Christopher T. George, y'all. Thank you so much, Christopher. Fascinating stuff. Thank you for being here tonight.
You bet.
Appreciate you. Absolutely. And we'll see you again next time.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Indeed, me too. This is fun. Thank you so much, Christopher. Everybody out there, wherever you are, give it up one more time for Christopher T. George, live from Delaware tonight. See you, Christopher. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. It's Poetry Open Mic Asheville. You've got it tuned in. I'm going to close things out with a few poems. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you to our feature poet tonight, Dragonheart. And thank you to all of the performers. Thank you to our technical director, Morgan Beissert. And thank you to our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. I'm your host, Caleb Beissert. Also want to encourage y'all to check out the Lactone show coming up at the Kava Bar on May 1st. Yeah. May 1st at the Kava Bar. Live music is back. Full band. Kava Lactone. 5 to 9. Starts at 5 p.m. It's a free show. Outdoors. Socially distanced. In the parking lot. So come check it out. It's going to be a really good time. Some comments. I want to make sure we blast the comments. Thank you all for commenting tonight. We love to hear from our viewers. So thank you. Everyone's been wonderful. It's been a beautiful evening. My spirit feels full from the art and the creativity. Just being around it and absorbing it all night. It's been great. So thank you so much, everyone. This one's called Arrangement. My death is searching for me in the hills. My death is searching for me in Santa Maria. My death is searching for me in Puerto Rico. My death watches from the towers. My death watches the ocean shores. My death watches the silent cameras. My death plays a white guitar. My death plays a tiny accordion. My death plays a violent violin. My death waits on the rocks of the shore. My death waits on the roads of water. My death waits in gasoline rains. My death comes with a pale blanket. My death comes with flowers and rope. My death comes to whisper the secret. And this one's called the Alhambra. Archway upon archway, fountain reflected sunlight folds into muqarnas and arabesques. Moors built these palaces and gardens as a replica of heaven, where the sound of water, so scarce in their world, can be heard in every corner and corridor. A constant zikr. A single feather lies on the stone floor. Oolong number 17. You enter my plant veins, my green curling arms, my soft pistol-covered face. Juice of the forest, the high mountains that are young, though the tea is descended from a single tree, all tea, green. This tea has traveled farther than I have. Fill me with empty. Lamp casts vines on the ceiling, the forest, near and far. Noble tea leaves unfurl quietly. Tea offering. Scotch tape along edges of petals, roots drying in the sun. No sense dying today, sweet cousin of some sort. Mind like a nautilus shell with constellations in it, beautiful and somehow sad. You desire to live simply, to harvest vegetables on quiet hillsides, above stars raining one by one, drop like the teacup from your hand. Loose leaf in the Great Smokies. We drink our tea on a hill near Oconaluftee, where people make houses for the little people, even a miniature church, eerie, silent. A cat follows us, keeping a distance, white fur, scar over one eye. The chickens huddle together, glass needles cling to the eaves. Immaculate mushrooms dawn from the skies where the earth touches. They spread their fleshy heads up, 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 as if longing. Before the winds take their spores and the flesh becomes watery and black. Bless those little heads, sprouting like children from the hills, calling, calling, calling us. And this is the work. Great horned owls inhabit perches high in the last Carolina hemlocks, on a cool mountainside where laurel thickets and sneaking ferns curtain the rivers. To silver beaches their waves enunciating, to the skinny pine forests, to the rusted clay of the Catawba Piedmont, where once wild horses and bison pastured, the oaks, the last standing witnesses, rustle in a south wind. The old mill on the Uwharrie River turns in a lullaby tone, like the silence of ants that never stop working, carrying 10 times their own weight. I'll leave you with some Rumi of the Barks translation. Thanks for being here tonight. Much love, everyone. This is Love Dogs. One night a man was crying in the street. One night a man was crying in the street. Allah, 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 Allah. His lips grew sweet with the praising, until a cynic said, I have heard you calling out, but have you ever gotten any response? The man had no answer to this. He quit praising and fell into a confused sleep. In his dream, he saw Hitter, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage, Why did you stop praising? Because I never heard anything back. This longing you express is the return message. The grief that you cry out from draws you toward union. Your pure sadness that wants help. It is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. One night a man was crying in the street. One night a woman was crying in the street. Allah, Allah, Allah. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. What are your dog's names? Leave your dog's names in the comments. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. One night someone was crying in the street. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs. There are love dogs. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs. There are love dogs. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. Thanks for joining us on Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Much love to everyone out there on the love stream. Tune in again next week. We got another great feature poet for you and a bunch of good open mic spots, so check it out. Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE group on Facebook. Thanks to Kava, our sponsor. My name is Caleb Beissert. Our technical director is Morgan Beissert. Our feature poet is Dragonheart. And thank you to all the open mic performers. Thank you for watching tonight. We'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.
Maybe I'm done trying to make you like what I like, see what I see, take what I take. I don't need no one to cry when I listen to Bonsky. It's a man-sized dinner. Hard bop. I'm gonna sit on the floor and watch Tom and Jerry or the Three Stooges by myself. I always do anyway. Sitting next to someone ain't the same as being with someone. Trying on hats, having a lemonade. The expressly dull times, my darling, your friends liked me more than you, I suspect. Loyalty is sometimes taken for granted. I'm gonna sit on the floor and do some caresses to the rug, get my fingers vibrating. I hide a bottle of brandy in a jacket pocket. You find strangers' lips ready and warm. I promise the phrase "you should" has been 86 forever. Ice cream's on me next time.
ASHEViLLE.